What's up, guys? Welcome back to RT2CC Comic Club. Justin here, and a 2-day recap for you for November 7th and 8th. So let's just get into it. Trying to keep this video short, so let's go. Alright, so we did one trade on the 7th. We sold our QQQ puts, and looking at the screen here, it was a 160 strike, which is much higher than what I have currently. So I really wish I had this, or actually it's like down here. I really wish I had this put still, but as you'll see shortly, we made a lot of money on the 7th, which kind of made me think the market was doing okay, so I shouldn't be holding on to this put because I'm just going to lose money. And so, obviously in hindsight, I would have definitely held on to this, but they just kept setting bull traps for me, and I just kept jumping both feet into them because I was just like, oh, we're making money. All right, let's sell off our puts. And then, man, that just was not a good idea. So, again, you'll see we made a lot of money in the 7th. I kind of wish I didn't, just because it just kept giving me these false hopes. It was so annoying. But yeah, so let's just see what happens. So before I actually show how the stocks did, I want to talk about the first article. Jeff Sessions is forced out as Attorney General as Trump installs Loyalist. So when the news that he was let go, Jeff Sessions was a very outspoken hater of cannabis. He does not like cannabis at all. He wants it to be illegal everywhere. So he was not a supporter at all. And so he was very outspoken about that. Everyone knew that. And so I think I'm pretty sure him getting fired was what caused the cannabis stocks to do so well. So let's look how the stocks did. So you could see, everything is in the green, but look at the canopy growth in particular and Tilray. Towards the end of the day, it finishes green, and like quite a bit too. So looking at the percentages, Canopy Growth finished up about 8.5%. New Age Beverages, 21%. Tilray, 31%. So like a lot. And then Kronos, 8.8%. So a lot of the cannabis stocks did very well towards the end of the day. So I'm not sure exactly when that news broke out, but it was good news for anybody who was, a supporter of cannabis. So let's just go straight into our winners to see how we did. So it was an amazingly huge day today, around the 7th at this point in time. Amazon went up a lot, and so our call went up 31%, so we made $4,500. Adobe went up, so we made over $1,000 with that, and then our TQQQ calls went up. And I noticed a little discrepancy. My app was showing that I was only up 20%, even though when I calculated it, I was up 40%. So that's kind of frustrating. I need to look into that more to see what's going on, because that's a very big difference. If you're up 40%, you might consider selling and take profits, whereas if you're up 20%, you might be holding on a little bit longer. And then if the stocks go down, you could be kind of screwed. So it's very important that your freaking app shows you the correct numbers. And so I need to look into that and see what's going on. But anyways, here are our top performers there. The losers, we have not that many, so we can see very small losses there. And that QQQ put, that was the one I sold, so that one will not be on that screen on the next one for the next day. Okay, so let's just go into the next day and see how the stocks did. So not as good as the day before. And so the stocks ended up, well, the Dow actually came up at the last second, came up 10.92 points. NASDAQ did finish down, however. And so, but Tesla did pretty well, so that was awesome. Tesla was one of the few stocks that did well, and Universal Display, so that's awesome. Let's go straight into our winners. And so Amazon was our top performer there, even though they went down. I think the call option, sometimes the call option can do the opposite of what the stock does. It's kind of normal, but depending on the volatility and other factors. But our Tesla call helped us a little bit, but not much in the winners department. Now in the losers, we had Nvidia and the Trade Desk, Square, Roku. So we had a lot of losers there. If you want to pause, you can look at them. And I'm just going to talk about, I only was going to talk about 2 articles today. I already talked about the first one. So the second one is going to be about Tesla again. The reason I want to talk about Tesla again is because I'm trying not to talk about like Tesla in every single video, but obviously most of my portfolio is invested in Tesla, so I do follow them quite closely. But I am going to try to balance it more with other companies. But anyways, the reason I want to talk about it now is because it kind of ties into what's happening currently at the end of January 20. I'm filming January 24th, 2019. Tesla is reporting earnings again. I believe they did push it up again. It was supposed to be reporting in like February 2nd or something. And I heard they're bringing it closer to January 30th. I don't know the exact date, so don't quote me on that. But this article is Tesla shares rise on hope stock will join the S&P 500 benchmark, unleashing new investor money. That would be very, very big for Tesla to join the S&P 500. But it says in the article to do that, there's a requirement that they need to be profitable in the last 4 quarters in a row. And so they reported their profit in Q3, as we all know, and they're reporting earnings again within the next week. And so all eyes are definitely on Tesla to see if they can report that profit. I think Tesla is trying really hard to report profit. And so if they can squeak out a profit this quarter, I think it'll be much easier for them to report a profit in the next 2 quarters because they're ending the referral program like a month early, February 1st. And so they're going to save a lot of money there. They're raising prices on the supercharging, so they're going to be making a lot more money there as well. They actually lowered it since they raised it because a lot of people were complaining, but it's still going to be higher than it used to be. And they're expanding in Europe and China. And in fact, I saw a picture or video on Twitter of a vehicle that was delivered in China. Already had the China license plate on it. I'll try to post a couple of screenshots of it here. So just super excited. Like, they're expanding, they're growing like crazy, they're expanding. I do think if they can squeak out a profit in Q2, which is what they're really trying to do, or I guess it's technically Q4. So I'm like blanking out. But anyways, if this earnings report, they can report a profit. The next 2 quarters, I think they can report a profit, and that'll satisfy all the requirements for. I mean, there's other requirements that they talked about, but that was like one of the last ones that they still need to do. And I think they can do it. And I'm really excited to see what happens. So we're going to keep an eye on the earnings report, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys like this video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are in the market for a Tesla, I mean, I have a referral code in the description. I know it's kind of last minute. There's like a week left. But if anyone is in the market to buy a Tesla, I do have a referral code. Would love if you used it. But if not, don't worry about it. So anyways, it is, it's getting pretty late. So I'm going to edit and go to bed. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, thanks again for checking out this video. If you want another way to support the channel, please check out that Patreon link up there at the top. You get access to my private Discord server where we chat about different companies we're looking at investing in. I also post my current trades in real time, as well as news headlines with little mini summaries. And you can also get discounts on any merchandise that we sell, like a shirt like this, for example. And if you want to just subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate that as well. You can just click that black logo there at the bottom. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.